Pretty soon, it's going to cost you a little bit more money just to eat at a restaurant. And in some cases, it's going to cost you more money just to walk into a coffee shop and get coffee. I'm going to explain all this in just a moment, but all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now, let's begin. Over the past several years, many things have changed. One of those things that has changed is the way we actually go into restaurants or cafes or coffee shops and get something to eat or drink. Now, I was reading this article just yesterday. I want to show it to you. Look at this right here. It says, why hanging out at Starbucks could start costing you soon. Now, I thought this was interesting, because I've seen a lot of discussions on this in the past, but let me break it down. Here are the key takeaways right here. It says Starbucks said later this month, so in the month of January, it will begin requiring purchases in order to hang out in the company's cafes or use its bathrooms. The company said it had heard from employees that there is a need to reset expectations for how our spaces should be used. Now, I've been to Starbucks many times. I don't go there. I don't drink coffee. Okay, I usually go there, meet people there. That's about it. Now, the people that I meet always get something from Starbucks. I always buy, get like a, some type of, tea or whatever. Again, don't drink coffee. Now, here's what's interesting though. Starbucks is going to go back to this. Many locations have already done this, where you actually cannot go into their location and sit down. They've removed tables. They've removed chairs. Okay. In some areas, there is no bathroom. Not for customers. You can simply walk in, order it, and go. That's your only option. Now, here's what I think is interesting though. Many restaurants are going to start moving towards the same thing, where they want people in and out quickly. Okay, they want that that customer kind of satisfaction. Yep, you got your drink. This is what you ordered. All right, you're good to go. Off you go. Okay, out the door. Here's the reason it's going to be an issue. We are about to see many restaurants, cafes, coffee shops, whatever. Okay, any type of eatery, any type of you go get a drink of some kind. They're going to want you in and out of the door. Listen to this, though. And I pulled this from one of my videos I did back in, I think, September or August, something like that. This person wrote to me and said, and I quote, I know you've talked about this before, but I wanted to tell you what I experienced. Recently, I went with a group of friends to a fancier restaurant to celebrate my buddy getting his law degree. To cut a long story short, there's a $15 table fee, which apparently covers roughly 1 hour of eating. We stayed and talked and had drinks. We ate, and before long, we were in 3 hours. We finally got our bill. There were 3 times the table fees on it, so $45. It had a $10 parking fee, and then there was a 15% gratuity for having a table of 5 or more. It just seems like every restaurant is trying to take advantage of their customers. Let's break that down, because this is what we are starting to see. You're starting to see something called a surcharge. A surcharge is different than a tip. A surcharge is not your normal fee for having a croissant or something else, right? A surcharge is different. You could have a surcharge for, it could be for parking. It could be for credit card usage. Okay, it could be for certain lighting, right? Listen to this one. I thought this one was interesting, but I've heard about this before. This person wrote to me and said, and I quote, during the summer, my wife and I went to a restaurant on the coast, and there was a surcharge for the view of the ocean. I thought it was a joke, so I asked the waiter. He informed me that the owner recently cut back all the trees so the view was unobstructed, and that is why there is a surcharge on the bill. Interesting. So, because you are going to this restaurant that has a view of the ocean, you're not on it, has a view of the ocean, the restaurant owner decided he was going to include a surcharge for that view. Yeah. I've also seen it before, just recently actually, where I went into a restaurant and there was a surcharge for turning on the NFL game. Okay? Turning it, and it was it Monday Night Football? I don't remember what it was. I think it was like Monday Night Football or something. And they turned on the game. There was a surcharge. Every single person in the restaurant during the game received that surcharge. Okay? It was like $3 or $4. And in my opinion, they did it so that, for one, they can promote that, yeah, they got the games on. Right? Come on in, I got the game on. But then in the end, you're paying for the game. Not through the cost of your food, but you are paying a surcharge so that they can go and buy what the NFL package and get the games on. Yeah, interesting. But this is why I bring this up. Right now, we are seeing it's very difficult for restaurants, for certain businesses to continue to increase prices. They can't keep charging you $5, okay, for a bottle of water. They can't keep charging you $20 for a hamburger. Okay? No cheese, no bacon, no special bun, just a basic hamburger that probably costs them less than $3 to make. They can't charge you that. So guess what they're doing? They're starting to implement surcharges, hidden fees. You come in, you sit down, they show you the menu, you get all this stuff, and then in the end, it's ding, 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 ding. You got 5 or 6 different surcharges that they're throwing in. That's what we're seeing. Again, I've seen this before where they offer valet parking. Valet parking is actually free, but they usually request a tip. Okay? Usually tips like $10, $20. Okay. If you do valet parking, it's probably $10 or $20. That's your typical tip. But if you want to park yourself, guess what? You're going to have to walk a couple blocks because the parking isn't close to the restaurant, and then you will still have to pay $10 on top of that because that is their parking. Okay? This is something that we're going to see, and I just want to warn you that it could happen at restaurants, it could happen at coffee shops, it could happen anywhere. I've also seen it happen at retail stores as well, that they have their own dedicated parking. But if you want to park there, that's fine, okay? But it will cost you $15 to park. However, if you buy something, you don't have to pay for parking. So already you got a $15 credit, you just got to go in and find something, okay? Some higher end stores, but again, they still do it. Now, I'm bringing this to your attention because we are starting to see a shift where now retailers and your restaurants realize they can't keep increasing prices. So now they're keeping prices the same. However, things are getting more expensive. Labor, more expensive. Okay? Cost of goods, more expensive. Utilities, lease payments, your rent, more expensive. So how are they going to pay for it if they can't raise prices and can't lower the expenses by reducing employees' salaries? Well, they give you a surcharge. So again, they're just pushing it back on you. So let me know, have you seen this in your area? And if you have, what did it look like? What businesses were doing it? Let me know, because I'm curious, because I have seen this so much over the past 6 months. So again, I will leave you with that, but as of today, that is what we know. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.